we are back for week 3, or maybe just the third one that we've done this season.
Yeah,
Now
that's
we
probably more
have,
likely.
we're definitely way past week 3. We have a very special co-host this week. Also, I'm back from the grave for at least this one
You
week.
mean your
Um,
yard?
my yard. Yeah, what was I doing? I was like mowing my lawn last
Yeah, you're
week.
like, I don't know, bro. I have a mowing project.
Yeah. It like had to get done. My grass was so long.
Fair.
But anyways, we'll throw it over to our fancy special co-host this week, the one and only, the Golden Dewey winner, Aaron Winarowski.
Wow.
Hello.
I'm,
So,
I'm
since
excited to be in that's so anticlimactic. I am so excited to be the only one out of the three of us that's submitted so far.
Yeah, that's true.
yeah, and I would
And
be
I'm excited
probably lying if I said I was surprised by that. Um, now, Aaron,
Levi.
Aaron, you specifically requested to be the co-host for Levi's MiniPod. Is
I
there
did.
any sort of rationale there, or just you thought it would be fun?
I think this is my theory with the mini pod. You don't know when the next episode's going to drop.
It's true.
True.
They truly
And
do not.
so my theory is the least expected next episode to drop would be Levi's. Because you would
No,
think
I think that's
you and
reasonable.
Levi would be last.
That's what we
So
did
my
last year. That was
theory
follow the
is
script.
let's do Levi to expect the unexpected.
Mm.
I like it. I like where your head's at.
So what condition is your film in, Levi?
I have basically everything planned, scheduled, props, location, all of it. I just don't have a script. And by that I mean I
Okay.
don't
I don't
have
think that's
a fully
important, right? Is it?
completed. Well, it depends on who you are. For me, it's a little important. So my script is I have the full idea and I have the beginning and the end, and then the middle I'm kind of like finishing up. So it's not like it's, completely not done or it's like in shambles, but I do still have that to finish. And so I have not started editing. I filmed a little bit with my required actor, and then I changed scripts completely because it was just too involved. And I'm much happier now that I changed scripts. But that's where I'm at.
Okay.
So Levi, it is July 25th. When
Mhm.
will you have the script done?
My shooting day is July 30th, 29th, one of those two. So it will definitely be done by that day, probably.
Certainly, maybe.
Yeah, certainly. I certainly hope that's for sure.
What's the worst idea you've had so far for your film? Is this the scrapped idea, or have you had a worse idea than that?
I don't think the worst idea is the scrapped idea. Oh, so one idea I had was to do Nerf the musical, because you got to remember my my theme is weird IP adaptation. I'll be like, that would be a weird IP. The way I've been explaining it
It
to like
would.
all my friends and that are not in party room, think of a video game or a concept or something that nobody asked to be made into a movie, and that's what I'm going for. So,
Sure.
initially, I'll share that my initial idea was to do the Oregon Trail game, which I thought would have been awesome.
That would have
Um,
been fun.
I know. Anyway, don't get me
Just think,
started
I could have been hunting bears.
on you could
How
have.
how would you have pulled that off, the Oregon Trail?
Oh
Yeah.
man. So I actually did. I went so far. I had all of that. Like that was my whole thing until mid-July. So it's really only been a couple weeks since I've like come up with this new idea. So I was talking to people, I was getting some props. I talked with an antique store owner who like works for the company that I work at, and I was like, "Hey, can I borrow some of these?" And like they were like, "Yeah, for sure." Like actually, I didn't even ask that. They just volunteered like, "Yeah, our daughter uses these for photo shoots sometime. Just bring it back when you're done." I was like, "Are you serious?" So I had like a whole antique store full of. Anyway, I'm getting ahead of myself. So the big thing, the wagon. I was talking with somebody. I like met somebody a week after I had this idea, and I was working with her and was telling her about my idea, and she did not ask. I just was sharing it, and she was like, "I have like a Pioneer wagon. I was like, you what? She was like, yeah, I bought it for like a photo shoot. Like I overpaid for it for sure, but it's so cool. And lo and behold, she had like a whole like a life-size Oregon Trail wagon. I was like, is this God telling me to
Telling
do
you you
Oregon
have to do the
Trail?
Oregon Trail.
I was like, what are the odds I find so anyway? So yeah, it made it even harder to let go of that idea. But I've made peace with it. So probably just tried to find some fields out in the middle of nowhere.
I like that idea a lot.
Thanks. I do too. Oh
Would
well.
anyone get food poisoning? I pretty much exclusively did the hunting and fishing, so my players constantly were dying of like meat poisoning, which I didn't,
Oh.
or like I don't know, maybe it was scurvy or something because I didn't ever like get any vegetables. Like
Uh-huh.
but I had so much meat. Like I was throwing meat away because I couldn't carry it all.
Yeah.
When thinking through like a weird IP, do you think of like your actors first? Do you think of a script first? Do you like how do you land on a concept?
I thought the prompts I think the prompts this year are all really good. Mine specifically helped me so much to brainstorm content. And so all of those other things, Nerf, Oregon Trail, some other stuff. I want to say like Cocoa Puffs was one too. It's just like
Yeah,
it just like lent itself to funny, crazy ideas because all you had to do
yeah,
was think of a product and you had an
yeah.
idea. So this year, that's how I did it.
So can I give you some suggestions for some other weird IPs you could
Oh,
pivot to?
please. I have
I
five
like
days
it.
Um,
left, loads of time.
so I was thinking a good like double weird IP would be Fruity Pebbles 2 Electric Boogaloo.
I don't know why I didn't think of that.
I thought that'd be a pretty good one.
Yeah.
There's also like think of the ball jokes you could make. Like you could just be like basketballs. And like it's just a nod to basketballs.
It's not even
Or like
Spalding. It's
Like
just
no,
Wilson?
basketballs.
just Wilson. Yeah, you could do Wilson.
Wilson. I could see that.
Yeah, yeah. Or
I thought you were
I
saying that
mean
I
I'd
could use Sam's IP, like, and just
I mean
ball.
you could. I wouldn't stop you.
I mean, we all
I'd also love
experienced Ball the movie, so I could pull that off as a
yeah.
weird IP because that
Yeah.
was definitely a weird IP.
Yeah. You could also do like I don't know, like Costco.
Ooh,
Just
that's a good idea.
just Costco.
Yeah, you get a
Dollar
lot
50
of
hot
it.
dog.
And like if
What
you
about
film there, it's
CVS?
pretty easy. Okay. Yeah, yeah.
The
Yeah,
pharmacy?
yeah, the receipts.
Yeah.
It's all there.
Yeah.
I'm just looking at
Have you
CVS
ever
right now.
have you ever considered like doing like Rite Aid versus like Walgreens as your IP?
I have not, no.
What about Stuart Little 3? Stuart gets neutered. You could do Airbud neutered. How many balls does it take to ball? You know?
I'm beginning to think that the council made a mistake not assigning this category to you because you have a lot of really good ideas.
So what do you think is the worst way someone could use the prop or the line this year?
Well, I think it might be me. Not the line because I have the line down. Like I have that one in the bag, but the prop it might be me because let's just say Cheetos may not exist in my universe, so it's gonna
Mm.
be hard to make them exist.
What universe do Cheetos not exist in?
Well, a lot actually, believe it or not. I'll leave it to your imagination. I don't want to give too much away.
I'm pretty
But
sure it's in the Stuart Little 4 universe they have
no,
Cheetos.
yeah, they have Cheetos there. They even have Cheetos in
Yeah.
the Cocoa Puffs universe. Yeah, I think the worst way that somebody could use it is by like sticking it up their nose.
Mm.
I just
I
wouldn't
might need
like
to
seeing
refilm
that.
some things.
If you did like the
Oh,
tusks, like the little tusks, that's
That'd
fine,
be pretty cool.
but not in
That could be your weird IP.
tusk.
oh
Tusk.
yeah, there you go. That's actually
Um,
really funny.
no, because I'd have to watch the source material, and I do not
You don't
want
have to. You don't have to. I could
to.
give you the synopsis. You could
Actually,
you
you
could go
have.
like Tusk 2. You have to go full Cheeto, and people would be like, I don't know what the heck's going on, but I'm here for it.
You know, I actually remember that you shared that with me, the summary, because that was
Yeah.
the point at which I decided I never want to see that movie.
Yeah, no, that's reasonable.
Because that was enough.
If we sold out, who do you think the first PRFF sponsor would be?
It would not be Mountain Dew, contrary to popular opinion so far. Mountain Dew
I
just
agree
would
that you're
never,
correct.
they would just never
They
sponsor
they
us.
wouldn't want what we have, especially if Uncle Dewey ever came alive.
No, there's no way.
I love Uncle Dewey.
I want to say that there's a shot that Asbury would. That seems the closest, like possible, but like it would be a
Yeah,
name only. Like, what kind of financial compensation are they going to give? So I'm going to
yeah,
back
they
out from
wouldn't.
that. Actually,
Could it be Asbury Ultimate or something?
I don't know.
We
What
have
kind of
we
money
have
are
a
you guys
connection
giving out,
right here.
Trevor?
That's true. That's true. I do know some people.
We might get 2 free
Granted,
frisbees.
we could maybe get one frisbee. I don't know if I could spare
Sorry.
two.
It wouldn't even be the whole festival sponsored by Asbury Ultimate. It's just specifically the time when we play Ultimate Frisbee. That
That's
time
correct.
is
Yeah, the
sponsored by
ultimate frisbee
Asbury
time is sponsored.
Ultimate.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
like to imagine they just give us a frisbee, we just frame it, and we're like our first sponsor, and just a frame.
Yes.
Levi, I have a question for you. Since you're like one of the ones that usually like films party room night, like what
Yeah.
makes like a party room night like special?
I mean, there's like all kinds of stuff. Like, I feel like, in my opinion, new things that happen, that are just kind of outside the realm of what we've tried before. So Jacob's Clapometer comes to mind from last year. Those kinds of moments. And then also just, I think what makes moments really cool is like the personal connection that's happening. So I don't know, just like guys hanging out on a couch. Or I remember taking a photo during the trading card game last year, and I just thought that was a really interesting happenstance. I mean, it all makes sense, right? There's nothing cataclysmic about that. We made the trading cards, now we're playing with them. But I mean, if you kind of think about that, like nobody even would have thought about that at the very beginning of the festival. And like the podcast is an evolution, and merch is an evolution, and then like the trading cards are like, it's like 3 evolutions. So it's just kind of like you're seeing a lot of history in one moment. And but the important part is that like everybody's really enjoying it. And so like out of the stuff that we've created, there's some really unique kind of moment happening.
Now, on a less
like
serious note, who do you think's gonna win?
Well, I don't think it's gonna be Jacob.
No, it's certainly not Jacob.
I don't think it's gonna be me. I think Zach's gonna be late again, but he's gonna have a banger of a film this year. I'm gonna put my money on. I feel like it might be Trevor, honestly. I'm gonna say Trevor or Paul. Trevor or Paul is where my
Okay.
money is at.
I think it's a bold prediction putting me in there. Do you know much about my film? I think I've told you some of it, haven't I?
Yeah, a little bit. Enough to get me excited about it for sure, but obviously
Okay.
it's
Yeah.
hard to tell what the execution will look like.
Levi, what's the first film you should show in non-PRFS?
I have 2 answers for this. One is just kind of looking at what I have shown to people, and I'm pretty sure I always show them My Girlfriend as a Screen, but that's because they know me, and that one's a fairly palatable film. So I think that makes the most sense when I'm introducing it to people. But in general, I have gone with either Bargain Batman or actually I think it's just Bargain Batman is the other one that I've showed as a first introduction to Party Room. So those are kind of my 2 answers.
Levi, if I asked for a like a spoof of My Girlfriend is a Screen,
Mm-hmm.
and it's called My Girlfriend Has a Spleen, could you like work with that?
Yeah, I could. Yeah, we could do that.
Because that's what I always say. I say my girlfriend has a spleen.
Do you really?
Quite frequently, yeah. When I listen to that song, I don't know why, but I just
I don't
feel
either.
like something about her having a spleen is valuable to me.
I
Yeah.
don't even know what a spleen does.
Actually, I don't either.
Yeah,
But it's
it does
bad
stuff
if it blows
inside
up.
your body. Well, that's.
You
I
think
would
of anyone in
expect-
party room, I would know what a spleen does.
That's
you
true.
Specifically,
Can
Do you
I
have
donate?
Just because I work with
spleenular
balloons.
issues.
Can I donate my spleen to you,
Oh.
Aaron?
I mean, you.
I don't think so.
Depends.
No, I don't
Well,
think
you
so.
I mean, you could.
I don't think I'd
You could
want it.
donate it. Like, you wouldn't. Like, you do need your spleen.
Oh, you do? It's not like a gallbladder?
Yeah, it's definitely not a
Levi,
gallbladder.
Oh,
Levi,
I
I
thought
have
it
a,
was one of
I have a
those
question for you.
accessories.
Name 3 body parts you don't need.
Go.
Well, not the spleen. It's got to be gallbladder, left lung, and right lung. In case you gave, you can't give both lungs, but if you lost one, you could give the other. Yeah, you're right. Left kidney, gallbladder, and the panc. When you if well, it's when it appendix, that one. Is
Do
that
you
right?
ever have a dream that you think that you want them? That you could
I
have
know.
a
I was
dream?
like, I'm gonna get memed so hard. Was that the right answer, Aaron?
There is no right answer.
I mean, those
Actually, there
are
probably
3
is.
things that you could live without, if that's what you're
I
asking.
think that's right.
Okay, thanks.
There's also like your tonsils.
That's not an organ, is it?
Yeah.
Oh.
Skin's an
Do you know what an
organ.
organ is?
Yeah, but I think of organs as like big enough to hold in your hand.
It's funny how
Do
this
you think your
conversation's gone full
appendix is
circle
large enough to
from
hold in
organ
your hand?
trail.
Yeah, I honestly think of like I thought an appendix was a two-hander, like a little baby.
No, so the appendix is like a little guy off your colon that when it fills up with poop, normally that's when it gets like too full and it ruptures.
Well, how do I know if it's getting full?
Well,
I think
only
I think
time
it
will
starts to
tell.
hurt.
Oh
I think it starts to
no.
hurt.
Yeah.
Wait, that was a great question, Aaron. I never would have thought to ask that on a podcast.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely.
We
10
only
out
have
of 10
20
question
minutes, so we're asking. We only have 20 minutes. We're asking the important ones.
there. Do you think PRFF will ever become profitable?
I don't think so. I think there might be something inspired by Party Room. Like I had joked about making a board. Well, I wasn't really joking. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. The board game that I teased for
Mm-hmm.
Jacob's last podcast season's presentations, I was like, that would actually be really fun to make. Now, would I want to make that into a business? Probably not. But, something like that, that's Party Room adjacent, I think there's potential for something like that.
Well, let me ask you: is it more important to get an okay film in by July 31st at midnight, or should you wait until August 22nd and get a more finished version? Like, what's your thoughts on that?
For me, it is better to push for the deadline unless you just absolutely could not film. So like you tried as early as you possibly could to get a location or an actor or whatever, and it just doesn't work out until like a day after the deadline or something like that, or really close to it. I have this thing where I will push things off until like I won't make any decisions until I feel absolutely certain that I really like my idea. And truth be told, like I actually like my ideas more when I commit to one when it's like, pretty good, and then it just like gets better and better and better, and I like, cut away parts of it and then remold it and stuff. So for me, like the goal is always I'm always going to make a better film if I push myself to be done by a certain timeline, and 2 months is plenty for the kind of film that I want to make. So there's really no reason for me to go for the August 22nd. Like even my girlfriend is a screen. Like that just happened because I like didn't know exactly what kind of B-roll I wanted to get and just waited and waited and waited. But I also think of like Jacob McGlone, who is literally on the road for like 7 out of the 8 months that we filmed. So I could see how you might submit late for that. But even then, like Mitchell still made obligation. Now I'm gonna stick with my answer. Like if you turn in a bad film, it's on you, and you should always push for the 31st. So.
And you should feel bad about yourself.
Oh well, I'm probably the only reason I can't say yes you should is because I'm probably gonna submit a little late. I don't know, so I don't want to tell myself.
Also, you are notoriously late with your films.
Yep, you're right.
Interesting. That's also an interesting take from someone that was the beneficiary of the judging debacle from last season.
Judging debacle.
I have a sneaking suspicion had you turned your film in on the deadline, it would not have beaten.
I would actually disagree with that because I think if I would have cut earlier, then I would not have been able to make Concerning Potatoes. I would have realized that, and I would have pivoted and made something completely different. And I think those constraints would have made a different but still very fun film. So,
Can I ask a very quick question? What is a Party Room film that needs a sequel? Just really fast.
Ooh. Dude, I think it's got to be Pegged. Peg needs a sequel.
All right, Peg 2.
Yeah.
More pegged.
More Pegged.
Pegger.
Peg
I gotta
two.
be careful saying
Double
that.
pegging.
Double bug pegaloo. Electric
Yeah, that's
pegaloo.
right.
Man, I suck.
Okay, Levi, you're against Andrew and Jacob. You're the only trio. What do you have to say to them? How are you gonna beat them?
Well, I'm gonna beat Jacob because he refuses to turn in a good film on time, and I'm gonna
It's true. He
beat
does.
Andrew because I sabotage his film by holding up the middle finger the entire time, so he can't edit.
You wouldn't have any creative names for characters in Andrew's film, would you?
Probably Slop, Dop, and Crop would be funny.
Yeah, those would be good names for characters.
Mostly just Slop.
Um,
I was just trying to think about the ones that rhyme with it, but Slop would be funny. Come here,
that's fair.
Slop.
That's fair. It's slopping. Um, do we normally close these out? I don't remember what